today we're gonna do a headstand. So to get to a headstand, it takes a lot of shoulder strength, core strength. So it's not an easy thing to do. So today what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna do the beginning version of it with the use of some sort of support, ideally some wall. I do have this pillar here, which is gonna help me to get into a headstand. Bring your back to be facing the wall first, and then you can come into your usual handstand preparation poses. Okay, so head on a ground pose for a little bit longer to get yourself ready, or any core strengthening poses like a boat pose. You're going to strengthen your core with some boat poses, and you can even do a seated bicycle. And then, once you're ready, you're first just gonna come into the tabletop position first. And bring your head to the mat. And just really try to lean into that head from time to time. Roll forwards and backwards to get ready. And once you're ready, you always want to create a little cradle for your head. And bring your arms into this diamond shape, a triangle shape, and cradle your head a little bit. Then you roll towards your head a little bit more, but this time you're going to climb up the wall with your feet. Okay, so this way your face is facing the wall when you're practicing. You can feel that your shoulders are working and your core is working. And then you can even start by lifting one leg off the ground and release that foot from the wall. So you can come into a headstand. Nicely done. And then you can try releasing the other foot instead. And stay in your headstand. And then to come down is also much easier to just climb down the wall. Okay, so one more time, all the preparation poses that you need for your headstand. We're going to start with some shoulder openings. Okay, so shoulder strengthening poses with a puppy pose. So hands together, elbows apart. Come into a dolphin pose with your hips elevated. And then you're going to press into your head from time to time to get ready for headstand. Okay, and then stay in this puppy pose for a little bit longer to just work on your shoulders a little bit more. So hips elevated, arms engaged, and then you can release. Come into a child's pose for a little bit of relaxation. From here, come into tabletop position. Bring your head to be in line with your hands, and then just rock forwards a little bit, a couple of times, to get used to rolling on your head and standing on your head. Nicely done. And from here, we're going to come into a boat pose. So try to create a V shape with your body. And then you can bring your hands to be elevated, palms facing towards the sky to engage your core a little bit. Okay, shoulders open and chest open to get ready for our headstand. Okay. From here, you're ready to practice your headstand one more time. So once again, with your back against the wall. Okay, so it's easier for you to climb up and down and release your feet so that you can really get into a headstand. And then create a little cradle for your head. And then create a triangle with your arms. Then with your head in this little cradle, you're going to walk your feet up. Okay? Really try to engage into your shoulders, really feel like your shoulders are engaged, and then you can experiment with releasing one foot at a time. And maybe releasing both foot into a headstand. Nicely done. And then you can try the other way around, or try releasing both feet at the same time for an alternate headstand. Okay, so maybe closing your legs together, and then you know that you are right next to a wall, so even if you mess up, that's completely fine. Just come back to safety, nicely. And then once you're ready, easy to come out, and with more practice, you'll be able to get into your headstand. So you're gonna start with a boat pose. Stay here for a couple of breaths, just to work on your core and opening up your chest. And then once you're ready, you're gonna bring your arms, your forearms onto the mat and come into hands together in a little triangle pose, and then come into a dolphin pose. All right, so really getting used to pressing into your shoulders. Okay, from here, bring your head onto the mat and really kind of get used to being supported by your core and your shoulders. All right, from here, come into a tabletop position. Bring your head to be in line with your hands, and then just rock back and forth a little bit to get used to balancing on your head. Okay? From here, you're ready to practice your headstand. So bring your hands together again with a little cradle for your head, and then bring your elbows out to create this triangle pose again. Bring your head into this cradle, and then you can walk your feet up or along this wall. Okay? And then get used to balancing on your shoulders, and then you can release one foot at a time for your headstand. Okay? So you can balance a little bit more and more with more practice. And then you can switch legs. And you can balance more and more with practice. And then once you're ready, you can close your feet together in the headstand. And then to come out is also very easy. You just come down the wall with your back against the wall to practice your headstand practice. But I hope that helps with the explanation, and it can help you to bring headstand into your practice. And with more practice, you'll be able to get into your headstand. And I'll see you next time for more tips for yoga.